Hey everyone, Combo here, back with another Empires and Puzzles video, and today we are in day 2 of the 4-star Buff Booster Raid Tournament with no greens. I'm going to feature my 5 raid flags with commentary. Yesterday, I went 4-1, and the defense has an E rating last I saw. Yeah, we've got 1 win and 4 losses. I've got Toon Cyprian at the tank, Shar'Khai and Regard on the flanks, and then Goldie and Greg on the wings, and that is not working out so far. Today's first battle is going to go up against a Toon Boral tank team. They've also got Shar'Khai, Toon Sonya, Toon Kirill, and Toon, or rather regular Greg. He does not have a Toon version. And today's featured hero for me is actually going to be Shar'Khai. I've only got him at level 75, and I do primarily use the Barbarian costume version for Titans, but for raid tournaments, I like to use the Paladin version because it's more defense oriented. As you can see, he's got a much higher shield with 920 shield and 1553 health, and then his Barbarian, I went the attack path on that because that's the one that I like to use for Titans. So we're using the shield version, or rather Paladin version, for the raid tournament, and then for the rest of this team we cannot put any greens in here. Obviously we're not using reds. I'm probably going to use some more purples and then maybe some blues. They've got Toon heroes, so I can bring in a couple of counterattack heroes with Cyprian. I might go double counterattack with Cyprian and Asmia. I do like having the extra healer in there too, so let's bring in Regard, and then I might bring in Goldie as another healer and just let that counterattack do its magic. Yeah, let's go into battle with this. I've got no attacking specials, so we're primarily leaning on the buff boosting for the tiles. All right, gonna start off with the 4 blues on the right, I think. Or I could match the 3 yellows vertically up top to get a cascade of blues. Yeah, let's do that. Nice cascade with the yellows underneath and some more yellows. Cool. Now, let's match the 3 purples up top. And that's going to make it so that I can match a blue diamond the next turn. And we are going to take that blue diamond. Let's cascade. We've got Goldie activated. Let's use Goldie, and then I'm going to match just 3 blues all the way on the left. It's going to set up a 4 match of purples the next turn also. It's also going to give me Asmia, although I might wait until after Sonya goes off to use her. Yeah. Sonya's going to dispel, so we might as well wait. And Boral's going to be dead. Nice. Oh, and actually we were able to kill Sonya from that. That cascade, that worked out good. All right, let's use Regard first, and then Shar'Khai. And I think that Cyprian's counterattack is a little bit higher, although Asmia's escalates to 130%, but Cyprian's makes it so that it's like 7 turns long. Yeah, it's 125. So let's use Asmia first and then Cyprian. And then now, let's match these 3 or 4 purples on the bottom here. See if that's enough to kill Kirill. 1167 with the critical hit. That was crazy. All right. All right, let's just use Goldie. I'm going to hold on to everybody else. Actually, let's hit the blue diamond. See if that's enough to kill Greg with those 4 blue tiles on the right. Should be. Yeah, perfect. All right, now we've just got Shar'Khai left. And we are 1 for 1 to start off. All right, next up we've got a Glass Cyprian tank team. They've got mostly glass heroes with Grim, Voltusk, Glass Lizu, and then Toon Sonya. I am going to mix up the team here. I would like a Dispeller. I still have not leveled up the costumes for Sabina, which I definitely need to do for tomorrow and the rest of the week, because that's hurting me not having greens, which are my primary Dispellers with Melindor and Caedmon. So I am going to take out Asmia and let's put in Sabina over here. I know there's a purple tank and they've got mostly glass costumes and Sonya that will dispel, but I like to have Cyprian in there because of the superior masterclass talents also. All right. And then for my other hero, I would like another healer maybe. No, I've got 2 already. Let's bring in Greg maybe for the counterattack. Although they've got mostly glass costumes. Actually, the bleed might reflect back, but the damage from the Mega Minion with all those buffs is going to be pretty insane. So let's do that. Going to start off with the 3 purples with that Cascade of Greens, which will then set a Cascade of Blues after. Let's match these 3 blues, setting off that Cascade of Yellows. Let's match the reds and greens next, I think. Yeah. I don't feel great about this battle, honestly. Match these greens so I can hit that green dragon next turn, probably, or I'm gonna say maybe just hit the match the reds, but the green dragon will give me an extra tile at least. Let's use Goldie to heal. And then I'm going to hit the green dragon. Actually, that's going to give me 4 purples, which will give me all 3 of my purple specials. Hopefully Sonya doesn't kill Shar'Khai. Of course she attacked Shar'Khai. Stay alive, buddy. All right. Let's heal and dispel with Sabina first. And then I'm going to use Shar'Khai and Cyprian. And then we're going to match the purple diamond, I think. Yeah. Almost dead. Man. Alright. I just matched 5 purples. Hitting the purple diamond will give me my purple specials. It's probably going to kill Shar'Khai because of the counterattack, though. Which is a little annoying, but we're going to do it anyway. Yep, exactly like I expected. Stay alive, Sabina. Thank you. Let's use Sabina. And then Cyprian. And then let's match this yellow diamond. Oh, I fat-fingered it. Damn it. Alright. Not cool. Hopefully it doesn't cost me. Let's match the blues up against Lizu since she's about to go off anyway. And we were able to kill her. Even with just 1 blue because of the buff booster. That was awesome. Alright, now do I use Greg first, or how many more turns do you have counterattack for? 2 more turns, Sonya. Let's match these reds up against you. Then I can ghost the yellows next turn, which should give me Goldie's special. And actually, Sonya's dead. That's perfect. We are probably going to be okay this battle. I want that Mega Minion from Greg back. Of course, Bold Tusk is going to revive. Die, Bold Tusk. Thank you. All right. We are 2 for 2 now. Next up, we are going to have a glass Cyprian tank team. They've also got all glass heroes with Bold Tusk, Chow, Grim, and Lizu. Let's keep this same team. I really got to get that Toon and glass version of Sabina leveled up, although I don't think I have her class version yet. Let's start off with the reds and purples up top. Nice yellow diamond cascade. I will certainly take that. I don't know if I want to match the diamond or hit the diamond yet, though. Let's save it for now. Let's match these 3 yellows on the left. And now I just need one more. Oh, she's going to die, isn't she? She might. Let's match the 3 yellows, or 3 blues rather, first. On the left. Maybe that 1 yellow tile won't kill her. With the counterattack. Please stay alive, Goldie. Awesome. That was perfect. Okay. Now, let's use Goldie, of course. And then... hitting the yellow diamond does not give me her again, so obviously we're not going to do that. Let's match the 4 blues, actually, up top. Why do I feel like Goldie did not get healed? That's really weird. I'm going to have to go back and look at that and see what happened. No idea why she didn't heal. Anyway, let's match the 3 greens up the middle, see if we can get a purple on the bottom there. Alright, that'll do. Greg's gonna die soon, isn't he? If I use him, he's gonna die. Let's match the 3 purples on the right against Lizu, I think. That will give me Shar'Khai. I think it's going to be 1 tile short of my other purples, but I can match the other purples next turn. And it did kill Lizu. I thought it was going to. Awesome. Greg's still hanging on. Let's match the 3 purples here, see if I can heal and dispel. I didn't want to use Shar'Khai because if I did, he definitely would have died from the counterattack. Let's use Sabina first, of course. And then Shar'Khai, Cyprian, and then Greg. And let's see what happens. Alright, now let's hit the yellow diamond. I need to do some tile dumping. I wish Goldie was still alive, but she's not. Boltusk is about to go off. I don't think Chao's going to die with the 1 blue tile, but we're going to move up that 1 blue to match the 3 blues. See if that is enough to kill him. Yes, it was. I got a critical hit. That's awesome. All right, cool. Now, match these reds so I can get some purples next turn. See what kind of damage this does to Grim. He's dead. Awesome. We got a couple critical hits, and Cyprian's dead from the counterattack. Hopefully Boltusk does not revive, and he did not. Awesome. All right, we are 3 for 3 now. And next up, we've got a Lamentia tank team. So Lamentia gives Curse and Insanity and hits 3. Okay. I am going to take out Sabina and bring in Regard. Because they've got Cyprian, but at the flank, so it's less of an issue, in my opinion. Let's keep the rest of the team the same. They've only got 2 glass arrows to reflect the bleed damage from Greg. Greg just does so much damage in buff booster with that Mega Minion, so I like to have him in there. All right, let's start off with the 3 reds horizontally in the middle, set off that cascade of yellows. Yeah. And some more stuff. Let's match the 3 purples here. So that's the 3 blues, I think. Really gotta start matching some more purples here. Actually, let's tough decision here. Let's match the 3 yellows horizontally on the left. So I can match the blues and greens and bring up both of those purples next turn. Alright. Shar'Khai does resist insanity also, which is nice. Let's match the 4 yellows. That's going to give me Goldie, which I desperately need to heal with. Alright, let's match some purples here. It's the greens and blues. I really need some purple tiles here. Come on, small giant. Alright, we're gonna get Greg. Hopefully he's still alive. Shar'Khai's gonna be dead. Damn it. Alright, they went insane. Of course the insanity went on Greg. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Alright, I don't like this. Do not want to give them a Mega Minion. Alright, a bunch of people just died from bleed damage and some other shenanigan. Oh, the resonance or whatever it was from everybody. Yeah, the resonance damage. That actually kind of worked out. Alright, not going to complain. Let's match the 3 purples on the left there. That should give you regard. And he's only got 5 insanity. If he goes insane, I'm going to be really annoyed. Good. Now, Cyprian has no insanity. Let's use him. Now, let's ghost these 3 yellow tiles. I'm going to hit the yellow dragon. We're just playing this safe. I do not want to use Greg and potentially get a Mega Minion for hero. Almost dead. That 1 purple tile is probably going to kill Kirill. Awesome. All right. So I am now, is that 4 for 4? Yeah, 4 for 4, 1 flag left. And we've got another glass Cyprian tank team. So I definitely need to bring in Sabina again. They've also got Annabelle, Glass Grim, Asmia, and Glass Lizu. So let's take out Regard and bring in Sabina. And then keep the rest of the team the same. No. Yes. Do I really not have any other dispellers? And I've got wizards that I could use, like Lizu. So that's a possibility. Maybe I will bring in Lizu. I feel like Gormek might have a version that dispels, actually. Yeah, this version right here. Let's try out Gormek. And he's also a... Whoops, wrong one. That's my unleveled one. Gormek, where'd you go? Oh, do I not have... I don't have that version of Gormek. Limit broken. You know what? Let's go back to the Lizu situation with the wizard. The superior masterclass talents of her will help out. All right, let's go into battle with that. All right, gonna start off with the the purples and blues in the middle here. Let's match these 3 greens, set off that cascade of yellows. And that did dispel. Nice. All right. Let's match the 3 purples against Grim. Now we're going to have a bunch of purple tiles between this and then another match next turn. Let's use Shar'Khai. This actually might kill Cyprian before he even goes off. Almost. Man. Alright, at least we can dispel with Sabina. Let's use Cyprian. And then these 3 purple tiles should kill Cyprian. Or not. The Cascade did. Awesome. Also got a critical hit there. Nice. Alright, let's match the 3 green, setting up that cascade of yellows. Or blues, rather. Or whatever it was. Let's match the 3 greens, or do I want to match the yellows? Now, let's hold off on the yellows on the right until Asmian is close to going off, and that was a nice cascade. Perfect. Actually, we can probably kill Asmian right now. I'm going to hold off on Sabina. Let's just match these 3 yellows. See if that's enough to kill her, and it was. Awesome. Now, let's use Sabina, and then I think I'm going to hit the blue dragon, see how much damage that 1 purple tile does with all of the buffs that I have, and 3 purple heroes. 953 without a critical hit. That cascade is going to be enough to kill her. Awesome. I'm going to hold off on using my specials until after Annabelle goes off, since she's going to dispel anyway. I guess I could have silenced her with Lizu. I didn't even think about that. That was dumb. Let's see what kind of damage these yellow tiles do, and that is enough to kill her. Awesome. Ended up going 5 for 5 today. 9-1 on the week. Again, defense not doing so hot. We have an E rating on defense, but solid day today. Let me know how your buff booster raid tournament is going so far, and that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy or found it helpful, and if you did, hit that like button. Make sure you sub to my channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.